Do you feel like the full focus planner is like super complicated? I got you. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to start the full focus planner using 3 simple steps. The last one will blow your mind. I'm kidding. That's what they say for like YouTube.
I recreated every single step from Squid Game.
But it just might change your life. Let's go. Hey, I'm Riley. I'm an Air Force officer, a creator, and a giant productivity nerd. And I'm really excited to get you started on the full focus planner. So step 1, that is the daily big 3. When you open this planner, it can seem a little bit overwhelming, a little bit complicated at first if you're not familiar with Michael Hyatt or with the full focus system. So here we're gonna get you started not on the first page, the ideal week. That's all stuff we can ease into, and I've got a few videos on each of those topics on the channel. But the most important thing is actually just the daily big 3. The first thing you're gonna do, go to the first daily page, write in today's date, and then take a moment to do something you may not have ever done before, and that is take a deep breath, pause, and think, what are my personal priorities, the 3 most important things to me to accomplish today? And just by doing that, you might be changing your mindset forever. But the important thing about that daily big 3 is that it's yours. It's your priorities. It's not the 3 most important assignments from your boss. It's not the things you feel like you should do. It should be my personal priorities. And then it's gonna be so important, you're gonna actually physically carry the planner with you all day. And that can feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you're not used to using a paper planner, it can feel a little awkward, but don't leave it at your desk at work. Don't leave it by your nightstand in the morning. Actually carry the planner with you all day. Every time you reference it, every time you write down any notes in it, every time you'll be seeing those 3 priorities, your daily big 3. That's step 1. Step 2, you guessed it, you're gonna do your weekly big 3. Now, there's an entire weekly review process that you can reference in the planner and go through. Really, the most important things the first time you use it is taking a little bit of a step back and say, hey, if there are only 3 things that I want to accomplish this week, what are those 3 things? And then you're gonna follow those 3 items. And each of your daily big 3 after that should generally be tied to your weekly big 3. Maybe not every task for every day. You can be flexible with how you want to implement it, but you should be applying those daily and weekly big 3 items in the planner and on your calendar. Here's a pro tip, by the way. If it's on your daily big 3, it should also be on your daily calendar. If you use Google Calendar like I do, when I have a daily big 3 item, I try to actually specifically schedule it on my calendar, often a workout, and I'll try to make sure, hey, at this time in the morning, I'm going to work out. Because what gets scheduled gets done. All right, here's step 3. You're gonna set your first smarter goal. Now, I did an entire video going in depth on the full focus smarter goal setting process. You can check out that video here. But here for your first one, you just want to know the top line elements of a smarter goal. This is your first time drafting a personal goal using the full focus planner. And here's how to do it. For goal setting, most of you are probably familiar with the SMART acronym. It's specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, for Michael Hyatt, I'm gonna focus on the ER in the SMARTER system. Your goal should be exciting, and it should be a little risky. A goal should be exciting. It shouldn't be something like you feel like, oh, I really should do this, or I have to do this. It should be something that the idea of accomplishing it is exciting to you personally. And if you already work out 3 times a week, setting a goal to work out 3 times a week isn't gonna be that risky. You already know you're gonna accomplish it. It should be something that pushes the boundary a little bit. That should get you outside of your comfort zone. But this is why I recommend that you only start with 1 smarter goal, because I find that goal setting is a very iterative process for me. I find different types of goals with different systems of accomplishing them to be the most effective. And usually I'll set a goal, and the parts that aren't working for it, I'll make tweaks along the way. So you're just setting your first smarter goal so that you're not getting overwhelmed. That way you can review and adjust your goal as you go to find what works for you the most. I know fitness is always like the most concrete example, but if you have a weight loss goal, there's a whole lot of different ways that you could go about setting it. It could be a daily walk at a certain time. It could be tracking your calories every day. It could be talking to an accountability partner every week. Like, there are a whole list of things, but different methods and means that we can identify to accomplish our goal. And if you're getting started with this, I find it really helpful if we set one and iterate on it a few times. Experiment a little bit over the course of a few weeks. And then you can kind of start delving a little bit more in depth with the other features of the planner as you begin to design the life that you want, a life that reflects your priorities, your values. Because here's the thing, with all this productivity advice on YouTube, none of it matters if you're not working towards something that matters to you personally. And if you're like me, that was one of the biggest struggles I've ever had, is not just how to be productive, but how do I actually clearly identify and define what my personal values and priorities are, so that when I'm trying to be productive, it's towards something that matters to me. It's not being productive for my boss or being productive for someone else's expectations for me. No, it's being productive and effective for the things that most matter to my values, which is why I wrote my first personal values workbook. It's free. If you go to rileywrites.substack.com, you can download a free copy. It's a simple 5-page worksheet that you can go through with a few easy prompts to help you clearly identify, hey, what are my values? I hope that helps. And for more content about productivity with purpose, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, may the force be with you always.